Hello and best regards for you who are watching this video. In this occasion, my mates and I are going to talk about the argumentative essay. But first, it's important to know what an argumentative essay is. An argumentative essay is an essay that uses evidence and facts to support the claim it's making. Its purpose is to pursue the reader to agree with the argument being made. The argumentative essay is a genre of writing that requires the student to investigate a topic, to collect, to generate, and to evaluate evidence, and establish a position on the topic in a concise manner. Some confusions may occur between the argumentative essay and the expository essay. These two genres are similar, but the argumentative essay differs from the expository essay in the amount of pre-writing invention and research involved. A good argumentative essay will use, as I told you before, facts and evidence to support the argument rather than the just author's thoughts and opinions. And now I'm giving you some pieces of advices for the structure of a good argumentative essay, and is held together by the following. As first, we have a clear, concise, and defined thesis statement that occurs in the first paragraph of the essay. As second, we have a clear and logical transitions between the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. And as third, we have the body paragraphs that include evidential support, whether factual, logical, statistical, or anecdotal. And at last, we have a conclusion that does not simply restate the thesis, but readdresses it in light of evidence provided. And for it to be an argumentative essay, you need to have facts and data to support your argument. Um, and now that we know how an argumentative essay works, we are going to see a real example of an argumentative essay. And our topic is which type of mental disorder is an obstacle to living a normal life. Um, and I decided to divide my introduction into two parts. First, we have a background information, which means basic information about the issue and the position being argued. And for me, the background information would be mental health refers to cognitive, behavioral, and emotional health. It is about how people think, feel, and behave. People sometimes use the term mental health to refer to the absence of mental disorders. Mental health care can maintain a person's ability to enjoy life. Doing so involves striking a balance between life activities, responsibilities, and efforts to achieve a psychological resilience. And as second point, we have the thesis statement, which means the position to be argued in the essay. And for this essay, the thesis statement will be conditions such as stress, depression, and anxiety can affect the mental health and interrupt a person's daily life. So that's all for me.
Well, hello. Today I am going to talk about the body part about this essay. Well, first we have the state. In this part, we are going to talk about the stress because it's the main idea of this paragraph. Well, then we have the topic sentence example. In this case, the topic sentence example is this. Has generally been associated with difficulties of various kinds at different times in life and is present in almost all aspects of daily life, such as work and even free time, relieving stress and learning to be happy is more complicated than it seems. But it turns out that as long as there is a will, nothing is impossible. Then we have the thesis statement example. Well, the thesis statement example in this part of the essay is this. Well, recent studies have shown that 39% of people between 18 and 33 years old declare themselves stressed, but around 25% we are able to overcome this mental disorder. Well, in the next paragraph we have the stage is the depression, and the topic sentence example is this. Depression is frequent mental disorder which can be characterized by the presence of sadness, loss of interest or pleasure in doing things we like, feeling of guilt or lack of self-esteem, disorders such as loss of sleep or appetite, feeling of tiredness and lack of concentration when carrying out our daily activities. And then we have the thesis statement example. In this part we have this. Despite being much more than feeling sad for a few days, it is said that depression is the most common mental health disorder and that about 30% of people who visit a primary care doctor have symptoms of depression, but less than 10% of these people suffer from severe depression.
Anxiety is a common problem that affects the human race. Anxiety can be described as a feeling of restlessness, nervousness, worry, fear, or panic about what is about to happen, while fear is the emotion we feel in the presence of threat. Anxiety is a feeling of danger, a problem that is about to happen. Human beings constantly worry about everything. We care about minute details. We even tend to worry why the house is so quiet when everyone is out, and why not? Every bend, every corner opens a new can of worms. Some people can quite handle it and others don't. Anxiety is the most common mental illness in teenagers because they get frustrated when they don't know what to do, affecting the 48% of population nowadays. And this not happen just in teenagers, it can happen in adults or in some cases in all people. Now that you know that you are not the only person suffering from anxiety, you need to keep in mind that most of the time people cannot concentrate on any one particular thing. Due to the lack of concentration, people also do not remember or forget things easily. Some people can say all they have is anxiety, but they all don't have the same disorder. There are many different disorders. For example, it can be phobias, social anxiety, or panic disorder. In some cases, anxiety can be part of the body's natural reaction of stress. Because when you feel frustrated, you don't know what to do, and you start to feel worried about what will happen or what it will be the result of your action. When you start to feel anxious, your body naturally tenses up, creating pressure on the larger muscle groups. Chronic stress and anxiety often exacerbate this tension, which can lead to headache, neck pain, and even migraines. In a war, circumstances can sometimes be overwhelming, although we are people who strive to maintain stability and emotional health. We are always looking for tools for happiness, but it is always important to be able to work hard for our mental well being, since we consider it one of the essential bases to find total happiness and live a full life. Mental disorders are today a concern that is increasing 2013. 90% of patients who have problems are not identified, of which 30% are mental disorders. Mental disorders are among the top 10 causes of disability in the world, and despite this, there is a very low rate of people with mental disorders who receive adequate treatment. Try to minimize exposure to trauma. We consider that some ways to prevent the disorder from progressing and further damaging the people of affected people could be if the person experienced a traumatic event. Professional help should be sought immediately. On the other hand, putting yourself in positive situations or establishing healthy lifestyle habits are options that can really help people's life to live a stable life.